Hello, this is Richard Amoroso, member of the Philadelphia Orchestra, and today is Saturday. And you know what that means? It means a concert tonight, but not only that, it's Sevcik Saturday. Yes, Sevcik Saturday. Today we're going to work on Opus 2 of Sevcik, the book that has over 1,000 bowings, actually 1,040 to be precise. Today we're only going to work on bowing number 812. You have so many to choose from, but I chose this one because I thought there's a lot of things that we can just do with this. So let me just say a couple things about this book. I think it's a phenomenal book. I used it when I was preparing for auditions just to kind of stay in shape, and I still love using it. I love teaching from it. There's so many things you can do in terms of variations, playing it in different parts of bow, playing at different speeds. The possibilities are endless, okay? So as you can see, there are 3 slurred notes, okay? G, D, and B, doing string crossings over the G, D, and A string, all slurred together. And then 3 separate. Okay, now let's just do it very slowly, and we'll just do it in the middle, making it very simple, okay? And as you can see, I'm using a lot of fingers and wrist to get those string crossings. I'm dropping the arm slightly as I have the bow in the middle, and then I'm lifting the bow ever so slightly to get back to sort of where we started. Now, so as I said, we could do this at the frog or at the tip, but let's just focus on all these little micro moves. So when we start on the G, we drop the elbow ever so slightly and let the wrist sort of do the remaining drop, okay? And then we're basically doing an arm-driven stroke for these last 3/16, okay, starting from the elbow. But we're using a lot of fingers to sort of support that wrist, okay? I'm not using the fingers, I'm just letting the fingers relax and keeping it very flexible. A lot of times people overuse the fingers and use them in like very sort of bluntly, when it's actually the wrist that is leading and the fingers are just following. Okay, and you could just do that a few times just to get the feel of these 3 notes. Okay, and as you can see, I'm doing this very smoothly with the string cross. Okay, and you can see a lot of flexibility here with these fingers and knuckles and wrist, okay? So, this is the easy part, the down, and then really make sure that these 16th notes, the last 3, are very even. Okay, and if anything, I would expand them. Ba, da, da, dee, especially the last one. Okay, and then you can do it at different tempi, okay? And see how fast you can go and still maintain the integrity of the rhythm and making it smooth and even. Okay, some of these are a little more difficult than others, but again, I think sort of just monitoring your progress is really a good idea. Then you could do it sort of at the tip. And this is much more sort of an arm motion. And then I'm using a lot of wrist for the last 3 separate notes. And again, build up speed as you go. Now, at the frog, this is very difficult. I would never do it this way, but for practice purposes, this is phenomenal. Getting the fingers to really be a little more active. Okay, again, this doesn't have to sound beautiful. It's just that we're going to exercise these fingers to really get a lot of mobility into those fingers and feeling comfortable doing so. From this angle. And you can see I'm doing a lot of circular motions with these fingers. And I'm going from something very weak, where the pinky is very flexed, to the pinky being very straight. And then again, build up speed. Okay, that's just not super even, but I can work on it for sure. Especially the last 3. Okay, again, work on these different places on the bow, and I would just stick to playing those 3 notes. You don't have to kind of get crazy and play all the variations with the, that just adds other layers of sort of difficulty when you have to change with the left hand. This is purely just for the bow, as far as I'm concerned. That's how I use this particular subject exercise. So there you have it. Be sure to focus on all these micro motions, especially with the fingers and wrist. You can videotape yourself and watch sort of the motion of your fingers and make sure that you're very flexible. This is a phenomenal exercise. I really recommend doing it each and every day to improve your skill sets with your bow arm. All right, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.